The other day I made a musing about the tree of life and what the cherubim with the flaming sword is that's guarding the way to the tree of life. I want to expound on this a little bit more today and demystify the relationship that we have with the Holy Spirit, or how to hear the Holy Spirit. It ties in exactly with the same thing as the flaming sword that keeps us from the tree of life. And I said in that video that the cherubim with the flaming sword guarding the pathway to the tree of life is our amygdala. And the amygdala is the organ in our brain that stimulates the fight or flight response in our being, in responding to danger, responding to trauma. Anytime we have a trigger come up from our trauma memories, the amygdala will make us react in fight or flight or freeze mode. So, and most of us operate constantly in fight or flight or freeze, and we often act like a chicken with its head cut off. That's an interesting analogy because the fight or flight reaction, the chemical, the adrenal, literally cuts our access off to higher consciousness. That's the analogy of the angel with the flaming sword, blocking the way to the tree of life. And the fight or flight emotion reaction blocks the way to the tree of life, or to higher knowledge, or to higher wisdom, or the Holy Spirit, right? Why do we only hear the Holy Spirit some of the time and not all the time? Why do we hear from the Holy Spirit after a time of meditation or prayer? Or if you go in a church setting, after a session of worship and praise and prayer? Why does the voice of the Holy Spirit come through during those times? Is there something magical about the church? Does God dwell in the church? No. What is happening when you go to church, when you enter into meditation and prayer? Your body is in an environment, your body is experiencing an environmental stimulus that quiets and calms down your nervous system and your amygdala. And the trigger response from the amygdala is slowed down and calmed down. See, you feel safe in the vibration and frequency of church, in the worship, in the praise. So you're calming down, you're literally putting that angel with the flaming sword to sleep. He's taking a nap during that half hour or hour of praise and worship. And because the amygdala is taking a nap, now a different part of your brain, a different dimension, can bleed through. And you're not all stimulated into fight or flight. You're open. You're now open to receive inspiration from your higher self, your higher conscious self. And in church terminology, we call that Holy Spirit because, as I explained, most of the time we live cut off from that higher consciousness, and this has made us believe that Holy Spirit is an entity outside of us that comes in at certain times in our times of meditation, prayer, or in church, in worship. And so we say, "Welcome, Holy Spirit," as a separate entity from us. But in actuality, it is your higher self. It's your higher consciousness. Think of yourself, of your spirit, as hovering above your crown chakra. Your Holy Spirit is your star chakra, your soul chakra. That's just a foot above your head, in that dimension, in that energy body. But it is you. It's another aspect of you, another dimensional version of you. And so, as our body is in the environment of calming vibration, soothing vibration, in an environment that feels safe, like when we talk about in church, we feel the love of God. That's a vibration that will make us feel safe. It'll bring our defenses down. It'll bring our amygdala down. Like I said, the angel with the flaming sword is taking a nap for an hour, and during that time, you have access to the tree of life. And that's why you come away refreshed. But it's all you, all aspects of yourself. So you don't actually have to go to church to subject yourself to the environment of certain music, you know. Um, Church has all the tools to basically calm you down enough to hear, to connect to this higher aspect of yourself, which church calls Holy Spirit. It's just HS, Holy Spirit, or HS, higher self, higher soul. It's all you. It's not something separate from you. And so now that you know this, you don't have to go anywhere to visit with God. Because you are that God. You are that consciousness. You are that spirit. All you have to do every day, practice. Take some time out where you immerse yourself in an environment that makes you feel safe. Usually it's done through meditation, through breath work. You can calm yourself down. Put that angel to sleep for a little while. And your higher self, the downloads will come. Your wisdom will come. You are that wisdom. You are that love. You are that higher knowledge. You just have most of the time you act like that chicken with its head cut off. And you think you're separate from your higher self. No, it's just that your body is trained, programmed, made to respond to danger. And because you have experienced so much danger in this lifetime, and who knows how many other past lifetimes, that your amygdala, your angel with the flaming sword, is just really hyperactive. You gotta get him some tranquilizers once in a while. Just calm him down. Let him know, buddy, we're safe. We're gonna just enjoy ourselves and just connect. Just connect into that love, into that peace, into that safe zone, and feel our God self. Feel that higher dimension of ourselves. And that is the mystery between Holy Spirit. That is the mystery of why God shows up in church. It's not the place, it's the environment that makes you feel safe and makes you put your guard down, put the flaming sword down, and you can eat of the tree of life, and you're refreshed. You're encouraged, you're empowered, you feel invigorated, right? It's the tree of life. It's going to invigorate you, but it's all you. It's all inside of you, and it is all you. I hope this helps. I hope this encouraged you. And I'll speak to you again soon with the next download. By the way, if you would like to have a conversation with me, I offer empathetic listening services where basically I will provide a safe container, a safe space for you to express yourself, to, like a flower, open up yourself in the safety of non-judgment. I'm not going to be teaching you anything because I know that the teacher is inside of you, and I would just facilitate the safe container for you to expand and open up and discover your own teacher. Because in the safe environment, our fight and flight response quiets down, and our soul, our higher consciousness, can come forward. So that's basically what I would facilitate. And I'm doing it on donation basis. I'd like to be remunerated a little bit, because if you would imagine, if I have 10 people a day or even 5 people a day wanting to have a session with me, a half an hour session, what's the math? That's 2.5, that's 3 hours. And in between breaks, that's half the day spent talking to people where I can't actually go to my physical job to earn my living. So I try to be reasonable, but I do need a little bit of compensation for my time, for giving you my time. And so I have opened it up on donation basis in half an hour segments, so it's not too long. I think half an hour, 45 minutes is a good time slot to explore yourself. And you can find that service, you can find that link when you go to my website, www.go-authentic.com. And at the top banner there it says about, and then there is services. But I think you can find the service section. You can find that link on the home page as well. I'm going to have to make it easier to find. So that's where you can book a session with me on donation basis for half an hour, just to get to experience the safe container and the energetic frequency that will facilitate you rising higher into higher awareness of yourself. And that is how you can heal yourself and balance yourself. So I'm not here to teach you anything. I want to facilitate you bringing out your own teacher within you, to calm yourself down enough, relax yourself enough, so that you're not constantly in fight or flight, and you can actually listen to your own wisdom. So I offer those services. So if you're interested, go to my website, www.go-authentic.com. And it's a banner that says empathetic listening service. So I hope to meet you there. Have a good day.